So this is going to be our Fairy Friday reading. All right, so here is the rundown. We're going to do the fairy romance reading, collective reading. And then I'm going to show you guys my fairy dust. My fairy dust is Poppin spell. I'm going to introduce that, share that with you guys. And then lastly, we're going to do the paid reading. So kind of like a mini version of the romantic fairy spread. Okay. Kind of. So we'll do that. Um, Let me make sure the sound is good and stuff first. Actually, let's do that because that matters. But yeah, happy Venus Day, by the way, you guys. The list is still open. I'll put the list in the chat, but just so you guys know what we're doing first. Because that matters. Yeah, happy Venus Day, by the way, you guys. I don't know what that screechy sound is. Hold on. Hold on. It still does it. I don't know what that sound is. And then it stops when I pull it out. I have to check. Yeah. I don't know what that sound is. It's not good. It's like a silent noise sound. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna do the fairy tale romance read first as a collective read. First. And hey, Amira. Yeah, I'll put everybody's name in the list when we get to that part. But first, we're gonna do the collective read first. Um, my fairy dust spell second, and then we'll do the fairy tale romance mini reads. And I'm just gonna write it in the chat so you guys know what the rundown is. So if you guys get a reading tonight, it's $22. So it's just going to basically be like kind of like a mini version of this collective reading that we're gonna do live, and I'm gonna put the names of each person that purchases a reading in a list. So when you come back and watch this live, you can click the timestamp and come back and watch your reading whenever you want. Make sure you like it so you can come back and watch this if you need to. So I would greatly appreciate the likes, you guys. Thank you. So yeah, fairy tale romance spread personals are $22. You guys can send it throughout the live, just so you guys can be added to the list. And then when I get to that part, I will be sure to leave the list of names in the chat so you guys can see, where you're at on the list. And then once the live is over, you can come back and watch the live stream, click on your name or whatever name you give me. If you want to give me a nickname, your username, that's fine. And then I'll put a timestamp next to your name, click on it, boom, watch this whenever you want. Make sure to like the video. I greatly appreciate that. Okay. So yeah. I'm excited. This is my spread, by the way. This is a spread that I created. So yeah, this is a spread that I created. I'm going to be using a couple of different decks. I'm going to be using the Moon Witch Tarot for the reading, for the tarot base. I don't know. I know I want to use the major arcana cards of the, let me show you guys these, or the inner child cards, a fairy tale tarot. I have the guidebook because I like the stories in this. Like some of the fairy tale stories, I didn't even know about some of these. These are new to me. So I'm going to use the major arcana cards for that, for the whole fairy tale theme, just kind of see like what's your fairy tale story, and then I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Fairies Oracle as our oracle message as well. So, um, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. I do have my sippy sip here. Um, I have my sippy sip. Looks like a little mushroom, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'm gonna be sipping on that while I'm live. Nobody saw that ice hit my boob. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Okay. All right. I hope the sound is okay, y'all. I don't know what that little screechy sound is on this microphone. It's annoying. I must admit, it's annoying to me. So it's probably annoying to you guys. But without further ado, let's get it. Let's start the collective read. Okay, so we're on the collective read now. Um, Timestamp. Okay. So the collective read starts at 6 minutes and 3 seconds. If you guys want to skip ahead. Did I spell collective reading right? Yes, I did. Okay. Let's get it. So happy Venus Day, happy Friday, or whenever you're watching this. So we're going to tap into your fairy tale romance. Okay. This is a spread that I created. So we're just going to uncover the magic, the challenges that come with love, and the ultimate destiny of your romantic path. Now, this is meant to be fun, but y'all know I'm going to keep it real with y'all always. Okay. So it only takes what speaks to your spirit, resonates with you. Don't just take anything. Okay. But what resonates with you. Okay. All right, so let's get it. Divine Spirit, our divine beings, our angels, I welcome you in our space. The viewers, we ask for divine protection and covering around us. I ask for only divine truth and wisdom to come through this message. And of course, a little bit of lighthearted fun. But Spirit, let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. The message clear and accurate to the highest of my ability. May it be helpful. May it be a blessing to whomever is meant to receive this message and watch it. Amen and ashe. And so it is. Let's get it. Okay. So the first question is, this is our magic card. This represents what unique energy or quality do you bring to love, okay? So we're going to boost you up a bit too now, okay? We're going to tap into what's beautiful and magical about you because that's what we're here to do. Tap into our inner light. So what is it, what unique energy or qualities do you bring to love? Collective of those of you who are meant to receive this message. Ooh, you're going to like this. The Empress. Now, it's a little nudie in this deck, okay? I think there's a card. Yeah, there's another card. You have the Six of Swords and the Empress that came out for you. So, what makes your energy unique? The quality of your essence and your energy? The Empress and the Six of Swords. I feel like you make people feel comfortable. You make people feel at ease. You make people feel a sense of comfort. You make people feel like it's okay, like you're a good comforter for people, which is a beautiful thing. I feel like you're someone that makes people feel at home. You make people feel safe, safe to talk to you. Like you're the type of person that maybe strangers talk to. Like they don't know you from a can of paint, but they want to tell you their whole life story. They feel safe. It's something about your energy. It's something about your essence that gives off a very welcoming essence. Whether you are a red-blooded man, you give off an energy of safety and security and comfort for people. You know, if you are very feminine or you're a woman, or even if you claim to be a tomboy, you still have that level of like, I feel safe around you. I feel like I can talk to you about anything. I feel like you won't judge me. I feel like, you know, if I need someone to talk to, if I need a place to stay, and I don't feel like to the right people, they don't use, I feel like it's not a user like welcome mat of just use me up type of vibe, but to the wrong person, yes, maybe, but this is a beautiful quality that you have. So shout out to that. And you might be very like your home might be very comfortable to people. Like it doesn't have to be extravagant or anything. It could be like you have a very like the energy in your home just feels really comfortable, like the couch or like, you know, the setting, or just feels very welcoming, very warming. Like you have space for people. You might have like a pink or blue type of aura. That could be one of your favorite colors. Is like baby pink or baby blues. It could be your favorite color. Um, Even if it's like your house, I don't know, like if you're the type of person that likes candles and stuff like that, you don't, sunlight. I feel like, yeah, that you might be someone that likes the dark, but it's not like a depressing atmosphere that you have in your home or type of energy that you have. It's like you're someone that accepts people's darkness and not. I feel like maybe in a sense, like maybe how this could be like a negative thing is that you don't have boundaries. That would be a negative side of this. But if you're someone that you accept people as they are, but you have healthy boundaries, though, you have a realistic of you, like a realistic view of people. You don't criticize people. You're not judgmental. People feel safe to show you their darker sides of themselves, or maybe tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. So that's a beautiful quality and magical quality that you have. So let's tap into the enchantment aspect. So what is it that makes you irresistible in romance? What makes you irresistible? What makes you irresistible? All right, let's see. What makes the collective of those who are meant to receive this divine spirit irresistible in romance, to, or maybe to romantic partners, the people that are interested in them romantically? What makes them irresistible? Without a shadow of a doubt, a lot of cards is trying to come out for that. So I feel like you're a dope person. Shout out to you. I don't know how many cards I'm going to pull, though. The Queen of Pentacles makes you irresistible. Again, that down to earth nature. Like, you don't got to do too much. Whether, like I said, this could be for men, warm blooded men, or it could be for the toughest of women. Okay. You have a quality to you that's real down to earth and makes people feel like comfortable to be themselves. Like, that's irresistible. Like, they don't have to put on a front with you. They don't have to, be too much. And I feel like, again, as the Queen of Pentacles energy and as the Empress, Loki, where are you going? Loki. You don't have to have too many, too much going on with you. I feel, as far as like aesthetics, like if you're someone that thinks, oh, I'm not thin enough, or I'm too skinny, or I'm not this, I'm this, and I'm that, I'm not enough of that. Nobody cares. The people that really fuck with you, they don't care. They like the essence of you, like you and your raw energy. And it slipped my mind what I was going to say. The Queen of Pentacles and the Empress gives the energy of self-love and self-worth. And so if you are someone that just gives and gives, you don't know the value of your pentacle as the Queen of Pentacles or maybe the King of Pentacles. You can place it where it resonates. But if you don't understand the quality and the invaluable energy that you carry, then yeah, you can get played, because people, this is a quality or energy of a person that I feel like is irresistible and desirable to people in general, even to the wrong person or wrong, people. But with the right people, they appreciate this part of you. They appreciate that you are a safe space for them. They appreciate that they can be their authentic self around you. So that's lovely. Okay. Oh, we got the King of Pentacles anyway. So I'm speaking to both parties. King and Queen of Pentacles energy. I'm probably not going to take all these cards because there's a lot of qualities about you that's irresistible. One being that you are someone that is very down to earth and someone that people feel that they can be their authentic self. And it's most likely because you're your authentic self with people. You're comfortable with yourself. You're comfortable in your own skin, or you don't feel the need to be performative. And maybe in the past, like you might have been that type of person that overperformed for people's love and affection and attention, and now it's just like, I don't have the energy to do that. I don't care. This is who I am. This is who I be. So the villain in your love story. Okay, so what challenges and obstacles might block your love story? What what obstacles might block your love story? It could even be people. Spirit, why are you trying to throw out all these cards? Like, what am I going to do with all these? The Hermit came out. Some of you guys might be a little eager to get out of your single season, or it could be quite the opposite. Like, you're comfortable being single a little bit to the point where maybe you don't make an effort. Like, I'm not saying you got to go out and sell yourself, be desperate, do too much. But for some of you, it's like you're kind of complacent, like, and others, you're comfortable with where you are in your single season. And for some, it's just like really like, oh, when is this going to end? Oh my God, I'm tired of being single. And maybe for some of you that feel that tiredness with it, it's just understand that it's a season. It's not going to be your permanent story. And I know we don't want to hear that sometimes. We hate to hear that one trigger word, divine timing. We cannot stand that phrase. I understand that. I get it. But to understand divine timing is not man-made time. It's based off of vibrational alignment. That's what divine timing means and is. It kind of alleviates some of the stress a little bit, or it should, because just know that if it's not happening yet, it means it's not time yet. It doesn't have to be something that you're doing wrong or somebody else is doing wrong or someone in the way. But the block for those of you that resonate with either one side or the other side is either you're too comfortable being single and you're just like don't put any type of energy of like showing some sort of interest in love or being open to dating again, perhaps. And like being too much of a homebody, perhaps the hermit, the hermit card, I feel like could be a little bit of a homebody, maybe a little too critical too at times about like how things should look like, how the path should look like. You may not be critical of others or judgmental towards other or harshly critical or judgmental, but you might be towards yourself. The hermit is Virgo. Virgos are what we call the textbook perfectionist type of person. So sometimes like that perfectionism can show up in a mirror towards self, like overly critical of self. And then the other side is for those that are like eager to get into a relationship and not understanding the time or season that they're in. So as the hermit, there might be things that spirit is trying to teach you or show you. And it may not be specifically about love. Maybe it is. Maybe it's things that spirit wants you to focus on within yourself. Okay. All right. So your fairy guide. What divine guidance or wisdom is leading you towards love at this time? Or maybe who? There could be people that are like your spiritual mothers or fathers or like soul fam or soul tribe that's like encouraging you, like your spiritual midwives, helping you to birth this loving energy out, or helping you with nurturing you and pouring into you in a love and helping you to open your heart chakra, heal your heart chakra to love. So let's see. Who or what is the divine guidance or wisdom leading you? What is it? Towards love. Who is your fairy godmother or godfather? I don't know. Hopefully my sparkles don't fall off. My sparkles always, like, at least, I don't know if y'all noticed in the last couple of lives that we did, one of my sparkles always fall off my eye. I don't know why. Okay. Sparkle in your eye. Who sings that? It's like an old 70s little song, little fossil song. The Queen of Swords. We have a lot of court cards. Queen of Swords. So this could literally be someone that is like an air sign person, feminine energy, or woman. It could be, so like literally it could be Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius person, or someone has that in their chart, or someone that is very raw and keeps it very real. I feel led to pull another one just to clarify her. She comes with, or they, I should say, may not be a woman, but this person comes with divine wisdom, because you got this white bird in the back, and it could be like a divine messenger. It makes me think of the white dove or the Holy Spirit in the Bible, or it could be me. My name means white dove. My real name means white dove. So, but no, it could be someone that is like a prophetess as well. Makes me think of like the symbol of prophetesses. I think one of Aphrodite's symbols, or also is that of the dove. So this could be someone that is Venus ruling, like I said, a Libra energies, an air sign person. And if not, this is someone that tells you the truth of things. I feel like to bring justice and balance. Page of Swords. Yeah. Someone that's kind of like a teacher and you're the student. Doesn't have to be about age or anything like that, or you being younger than them being older than you. Don't got nothing to do with that. It literally, though, could be just somebody that's very honest and straightforward and cuts through illusions, cuts through the BS. Someone that maybe some that shares their wisdom, shares their experiences, their testimonies. They have a very clear, like direct approach. There's no fluff. It could be just straight to the point. It is what it is. If it's not a person, I feel like this could be a message that's teaching you about, it's like a double edged sword. That yes, spirit does want you to be discerning. Spirit does want you to protect your energy in a healthy way, but also be receptive and be open. In spite of what you've been through, in spite of who's hurt you, look at this with a clearer mindset. It's like, yes, you can be the Queen of Swords, which is mature in her thinking, but you can also be the Page, which is open to learning new things or experiencing other things. All right. So that is what I'm getting for that. So let's tap in now to the true love card. Who or what is your destined love? Let's tap into that. And then I'm gonna pull a fairy tale card for you, just to give it a little more clarity. Like, what's your kind of maybe the closest love story, like to a fairy tale or a mythical story? So like, this deck has different myths and fairy tale stories that we know and love. And some maybe we never know. Some of these have like stories I've never even heard of, or versions of the story that I've never even heard of. Okay. Wow, you have a lot of cards. You have a lot of cup cards. Let's see. You got the 5 of Cups. I can't show too much because she naked. She nudie nude. A lot of them are, if not all of them. I think in this deck is nudie nude. 4 of Cups. Aw, I love it. The Queen of Cups. Damn, I maybe need to shuffle this better, but I trust spirit with this. King of Cups. So you have the King and Queen of Cups, and not only that, you have the Page of Cups. You got the Page of Cups. All right. This is one of my favorite songs. It's like one of my favorite love songs. It's like the perfect wedding song. Like, if not to walk down the aisle to, or like have your first dance to or something. Personally, me. But it's an old R&B song. It's like a late 90s R&B song. It's Eric Benet and Temia's Spend My Life With You. I love that song so much. It's so magical. It's like something about it. I don't know. I love it. But I'm hearing the first part of the song where he says, I never knew such a day could come, and I never knew a love could be inside one. I never knew what my life was for. I think is how it goes. Now that you're here, I know for sure. Now I don't want to like make this too light and fluffy, and not saying that love can't feel like this. Like, I'm pretty sure love can feel very profound, to where your life can seem a little bit boring, a little bit like whatever, until like someone comes in and it sparks that. That's what love, being in love, feels like, right? But this feels like a genuine love that's going to stick. It's new. It's nothing that you've ever experienced with the Page of Cups. It's like something that maybe only you can kind of fantasize about or dream about. As the Page of Cups, I get like Piscean energy, that dreamer energy, even prophetic so too. So it's like, just because I have never experienced it before doesn't mean it exists. And I know that sometimes like we got to see it, touch it, feel it, or we got to have other people around us as an example to say, oh yeah, this type of love can happen for me. Oh yeah, that can exist. But in this instance, this is like a pure-hearted love, and I feel like it comes at a time maybe where you and or maybe your person feel kind of disappointed in love, kind of, if not disappointed, they're just kind of bored with love, just like, it's really nothing out there for me. It's lame out here in these streets, especially during this day and age. The dating pool, as they say, is got piss in it, and it's got all kind of shit. It's got cigarette water in it. It's got leftover beer cans in it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And it could be just the demographic, or maybe where we're placing our focus, or where we're at, or not opening up our options, or whatever the case may be, right? But as the King and Queen of Cups, this is like two people that are lovers by nature. These are two people that want to love, want to give to a person, that wants to receive love. This is lover girl, lover boy energy, whether it's two lover girls, two lover boys, or a lover girl and a lover boy together. Lover, two people that are givers and very receptive and open and wanting to experience and feel love. It's just like, well, I don't know. I don't even know if it exists. Just based off of the experience that I've had, I don't see it. I don't know how that's possible or like what's out there. And I say this all the time, like my friends probably tired of me saying this, but I'm just being real. Like I can't fathom like what type of man is for me. I can't, and it's not because I'm like I think I'm just this amazing out of this world person that I'm just too perfect. Nobody can be for me. It's just like I can't see it, and maybe it's because what's around me. Maybe it's what I've experienced. Like it's that energy matching me, and I'm not talking about superficial matching me like, oh well, I got this and I got that, what you got, what you bring to the table. No, what do you bring to the table on a deeper level? Like a lot of people want wives and stuff, but they don't want to be husbands, you know what I'm saying? And maybe some men or whoever you can identify with, some people, they just want a husband but they don't want to be a wife. And what I mean by that is not like the traditional like this is only what men and women are supposed to do in a marriage and it could only be this. No, I mean like the devotion aspect, the commitment aspect of it. Some people don't know what that is, and being willing to give of yourself and die to your flesh and your ego for love, because love is not always going to be this beautiful, oh my God, we're so in love and it's hot and sexy all the time and we don't argue and oh, this person's so cute. And then when, they do something that's human, then you're just like, like get to a place where it's like, you're annoying, but I still love you. Like someone that you just can't do without and can't do without you, and not in a codependent or in a clingy, possessive way, but just like it just doesn't make sense. Like we just, we get it. We understand each other, where you can be raw and authentically yourself without feeling like, oh, I got to put up a facade. These dating coaches, oh, you got to be the siren and you got to be an asshole towards, you got to be a bitch for men to like you and to love you. Or, for men, you got to play these games. And it's like, why we got to play games though? I understand energy dynamics and power dynamics. I understand those things. And being in your power and having boundaries, but like pretending like you don't care about a person, or oh, I don't want to show him my soft side because I'm not going to be irresistible anymore. If it's like, if I can't show you all facets of me and you don't find me irresistible, then you ain't my person, and vice versa. Like why we got to play games, all those archetype games and shit like that. Like, yeah, know your archetype, know who you are. But why can't you be multifaceted and layered in who you are and somebody love you, and it doesn't have to be this game? With King and Queen of Cups, I feel like it's a healthy exchange of energy. It's healthy, it's mutual. There is no mirrors, no facades. They're water beings. They deal with the deep dark blue sea. They know the depths of the ocean. They're not afraid of what's beneath the surface. They confront it, they face it head on. And yes, you got to have boundaries and protection with love, right? But not from a place of fear, though. You can't be afraid to dive deep. You can't be afraid to experience the depth of love. And sometimes it is scary. It is. But are you brave enough to swim? So in other words, the type of relationship that's waiting for you in essence is someone that is your emotional and spiritual match, which is beautiful. Someone that you can have a deep relationship with, someone that is not going to run, someone that shows up for you. One of my good sisters, she shared this, I think it was a reel on Instagram. I know it was a video. She shared this video with me, and it was a man and a woman. I guess they're a married couple. They were in a car, and the woman was like, struggling with some stuff within herself. Had nothing to do with him or their relationship. It was more so her dealing with herself and maybe some wounds, some trauma that she had. And he was basically saying, like, no matter what, I will continue to show up for you. Like, it's not going to run me away. And I'm not saying that if you know that you have, like, toxic traits, and I'll speak for myself, like I had this toxic trait where I had a lot of trust issues in relationships, and I would test men to see like how interested he was in me, and to the point where one of them, and I've said this, I've shared this testimony before, but to the point where he got tired of that. It's like, okay, I like you. I understand that you got trust issues and stuff like that, and I'll, work on not triggering you. But some of it is like too much. Like, if you can't like a homegirl's picture without you thinking something's going on, like, okay, the IG model stuff. Because he even, I feel so embarrassed for even saying this or even sharing this, but this, I was, very triggered by this one insta model girl chick that he was like liking all her pictures and stuff, and he even confessed like that was one of his crushes or whatever, and I felt some type of way about it, and I was like, okay, he clearly has a type because we kind of almost look alike a little bit, but I was just like all the extra showing the booty pictures and stuff, and I was just like triggered by it, so much so that he unfollowed her for me. And I felt, now looking back, I'm like, that is lame and that is horrible to do that to somebody. Like, bitch, no. But I respect it. But doing too much, though, will push a person away. You can only, if you know actively and you're not trying to heal it and you actively are pushing people's buttons and just thinking that it's okay to be that way, a person is only going to take so much of that. Only so much of that. So if it's things that you're working through actively and you know that it's a problem and, you discuss it with your partner and y'all, Loki, what are you doing? And y'all discussing it with each other and you're working through it, then that's beautiful. A person that really loves you is going to be there for you, as I'm sure you would be there for them. So I'm not telling you to put up with somebody else's toxicity or thinking that someone else should put up with your toxicity. I'm not saying that. But a person that you can show them your scars and it be like something that is hard for you and them still show up and still love you is a beautiful thing. And I feel like that's the type of romantic energy that you are manifesting. This person could be a water sign. Maybe you both are water signs, or you guys have a lot of water in your chart, or like I said, y'all are just really true lover girls or lover boys. So what is the happily ever after? So this represents, what does the future hold for your love story? Before I do that, let's cut it with real quick with the inner child fairy tale tarot cards. I'm just only going to use the major arcanas of this deck to see like what's your fairy tale maybe, or like what's kind of similar to your love story maybe. And maybe this will even give us insight into the happily ever after aspect of it. So let's see. Divine Spirit for the collective of those that are meant to receive it. And I'll pull a couple because not everybody's love story is going to be the same, obviously, right? So we're going to pull a couple. All right. And first one, I feel this one. I just dropped the whole deck. Good going, Chenoa. Good going, girl. Good going. I do it every time. I always drop decks, or at least half of the deck. It happens all the time. All right, and stop. Stop. The fairy godmother. Fairy godmother is the high priestess in this card. One of the connecting cards in this deck to this card is Cinderella. Cinderella is the moon card in this deck. So some of you guys may identify with some type of Cinderella story, or like a divine helper in your story where it feels like all is lost. And it goes back to the message kind of what I was picking up with the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Cups energy, where it's just kind of like, love is kind of whack. The dating world is kind of whack now. I don't know about it. But the fairy godmother, your fairy tale story could be connected to Cinderella, or just like a divine mother figure, someone that you look up to that's like a mother, or maybe your own mother. Could be a mother that has passed on, a grandmother that has passed on, or someone that was like a matriarchal figure to you, whether blood related or not, that is going to remind you of your story, your fairy tale, something about their energy helping you out, doing one better than you could ever imagine when it comes to the type of love that you deserve. So this is someone that may also be like a seer themselves, a diviner, someone that's a prophet, or someone that could just like read a person like, oh, I know that guy is for you, or he's not for you. I know that girl is for you, or she's not for you. They'll be able to see that, or they might be the type of person that's prophesied about your love life, or prophesied about how your love story is going to end, or you're going to get married, or how many kids you're going to have, and such and so, that. You have the big bad wolf for some of you, and I'm not sure which one. I think the big bad wolf is the devil card in this deck. But the big bad wolf card definitely can represent temptations. Some of you guys might break an addiction. Some of you guys might stand up to someone or a toxic partnership. You could break away from a toxic lover or toxic lovers archetype, a person that you're used to dating, or a cycle of abuse or trauma in your life. It doesn't have to be just from romantic partners, but breaking free of that will lead you to this divine partnership, this fairy tale, if you want to call it that. And we know fairy tales, when people say, oh, love is not a fairy tale, fairy tales ain't always so cute. Not even Cinderella. Like, to be realistic, because I'm going to go into the practicality of things. Like, because I feel like some people be misreading my energy. Everything I do is purposeful. Even down to calling my channel the Ghetto Fairy, Once Upon a Time, the Wild, whatever I'm calling it, it's intentional. So me doing a fairy tale romance reading, some people might be like, oh, this is going to be one of those light and fluffy bullshit reads or some shit like that. Or people might gravitate towards because they think it's just going to be something comfy and cushy for them. But fairy tales, even Cinderella, don't have always these happy parts in it. They have valuable lessons to take from them. Cinderella, one of the key things that I remind myself of is divine timing. She understood the assignment of divine timing. She showed up. She fantasized and she dreamed about the castle and living a better life because she lived in a shitty condition, and she sucked that shit up and showed up still, even though people tried to oppress her. She dealt with narcissistic abuse. She dealt with generational traumas. She dealt with all of that, right? In that story, her showing up for herself and saying, I'm going to go to the ball, and actually make an effort to go. Her plan wasn't as good as God's plan or the godmother's plan. It was far better than what she had in mind. And she showed up for divine time, and she showed up as her authentic self, and she stood out. That is the moral of the story that I get from it. It's not just some girl just waiting to be swept off her feet and then some prince come find her. No, she had to show up too. She went through some shit. So the big bad wolf card can represent the trauma that you face, but being able to break it, being able to confront it. And the big bad wolf, I believe, comes from the story of the three little pigs, if I'm not mistaken. Last but not least is the Fool card with the little red cap, which is Little Red Riding Hood. So Little Red Riding Hood also could be a story of a person that, yes, journey and venture out, but know how to use your discernment. Little Red Riding Hood did not listen to her grandmother's instructions. She got tempted by the wolf in the story, and the wolf can again connect back to the big bad wolf, where the big bad wolf is that temptation, that devil-like energy that can take us off our path when let's say the grandmother is our own grandmothers, or the wisdom that they left, or our mother, or just divine mother, divine intuition and guidance inside of us, and we don't listen, and we get tempted by things in life, and it takes us off path. So in the end of the story, well, at some point in the story, the grandma got eaten up thanks to the wolf, and then Red Riding Hood gets eaten up by the wolf, or swallowed up. She got swallowed up by the wolf, but then a man, if I'm not mistaken, comes in and cuts the wolf open and saves the grandmother and Little Red Riding Hood. But moral of the story is to listen to your wisdom and your inner guidance, or those that have your best intentions, and be mindful of temptation. So your fairy tale story could be that you might have to, or you have in your youth, or maybe you're still young and you're learning and still getting kind of swayed by temptation, or like, oh, well, I could cut corners if I date this guy. I know that they're not the best, but, he fine and everything, or she fine and everything. And you might have to bump your head a little bit and get hurt, or look, end up looking crazy. But one day when you learn the value of your intuition, your guidance, or as you're learning, you will find someone that has your best intentions. And it may not be a situation where someone comes in and rescues you or anything like that. You save yourself. You rescue yourself by trusting and honoring and learning your lesson from your vices or your temptations, or maybe your insecurities, or maybe traumas. Okay? So yeah, the fairy godmother, which is basically Cinderella, and the big bad wolf, which could be the three little pigs, and or the little Red Riding Hood, because you also have the Red Riding Hood story. All right, so let's see what your yeah, the swallowed up. I had to do it. I'm like, I cannot not say this anymore without going to that. Okay, I don't know. All right. I feel like my brain is a meme sometimes. Just like certain memes, certain like little clips and stuff like will pop up in my head. If not a song or something like that. Anywho, let's see. What is your future hope for your romantic love story? Let's clarify with the tarot. And then I'll pull a Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle card. And then we'll get to the pixie dust, the fairy dust. It's so fun making that. Stubborn card. Out with it. Out with it. Out with it. You can't force God's hand or the universe, whatever you want to call it, or your ancestors. You cannot force their hands. Things are good. Loki, he is so goofy. I don't know why he keep coming in and out, but I left the door open for him. Yeah, it's gonna happen when it's divinely ordained to happen. And I know it's like, oh my God, shut up with that. What is it gonna happen? It's gonna happen at its perfect time. Trust. Like, you're gonna be glad that you was not forcing it, or you stopped forcing it, or it didn't work out with so and so, or not every guy and girl is knocking your door down. Because, like, hypothetically, why would you want that? If you know they're not gonna be the one, why does it matter? You know? And I be telling myself that sometimes. Like, damn, it's dry out here in these streets. It's like, do you want a whole bunch of people? You want it to be like Thriller, them knocking you, coming in all the like, what good is that gonna do? What good is that gonna do? Let's stop. The World. The World card and the Queen of Wands. So some of you guys might gain a little bit more confidence in your love life, or more confidence in yourself in love. Like, you see yourself in a much more, like, you see your power, you see your value and your worth a little bit more than before. You appreciate divine protection. The World card sometimes for me is ultimate divine protection. Like, you got the seraphims, you got the cherubims, you got the archangels, you got your ancestors, you got God's source, your highest, you're protected. It's a bubble of protection. And I get that you'll be proud of yourself and your journey and how far you've come. And it's like something about magnetism. So some of you guys might be doing a lot of like work around your magnetism, manifesting yourself, not trying to manifest and mold yourself to be something someone else would want, or what you think someone else would want, or who you think you should be, but manifesting yourself through your authentic self, like who you are at your core and your soul. With that sunflower and the Queen of Wands makes me think of the solar plexus, your soul, the confidence, your beauty, those sort of things. Okay. Now, I had to pick up my fairy oracle cards because they fell on the floor, because they were sitting right here, and like, my spirit said, don't say that. I was about to call myself a brisket back. I'm not going to do all that. But I was going to say that. Okay. All right. Let's get some wisdom. So, yeah. If you guys are interested in your own personal fairy reading, FairyTale romance reading, so if you do get one, if you so get one, what comes with it is it's gonna be $22. If you guys click that black bubble in the chat, that black bubble extended. So we're going to tap into your love story theme, like who's coming towards you. The next chapter in your romantic journey is what you get with that read. So we're going to tap into that. $22 either to Cash App or PayPal. No super chats, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much is appreciated. Don't do that. YouTube be playing sometimes, okay? So we're not going to do that. But yeah, if you guys are interested, the list is still open. I'm going to add the list after I do my pixie dust tutorial thing. Okay. All right. The Dark Moon, number 6. Okay. Fair enough. It says maturation. So maturity, in other words, growing up, introspection, and know thyself. That is where you are. Could feel like a little bit of a shadow energy. Could feel kind of like just nothing really going on in your love life. You might feel like it's a little boring. You might feel a little depressed about it. You might feel lonely sometimes in the season, but know that this is the phase that you're in. This is your maturing stage within yourself, growing, you having to go within. Remember, the Hermit card did come out, so the introspection makes sense. And then the knowing thyself, that goes back to the Queen of Wands and the World card energy that we picked up. So in the end, your fairy tale is going to lead to, I feel like spirit is so funny, and I promise you that it's not saying that, it's not spirit telling you that you're not going to have a person. So when I say this should not offend anyone, but if it does, I mean, it's going to highlight where you need maybe work. But I feel that the fairy tale ending for you, at least part of your fairy tale ending, is like kind of like the moral of a story. When you get done reading the story, the fairy tale, or when you get to the good part, is you being your happy ending, you being at that place where I was explaining with the World card and the Queen of Wands, how you are manifesting yourself, that you see yourself, that you are tapped into who you are, or you embrace it more and more. You embrace those different petals of your sunflower, those different layers of yourself. You embrace them and you nurture them. You water them daily. That is a part of your fairy tale. That's the beautiful part of knowing who you are and what you deserve. You're divinely covered and protected, knowing that, okay, I'm not losing sleep over some loser, or if it's somebody that I can easily just whatever, like this person, I'm not going to lose no sleep over no losers, or people that don't have my best interest, or lose sleep over the fact that this dude or this woman or this person ain't coming at me, or I don't have a whole bunch of people in my sphere or my DM, or why won't one of these people just be the one? Instead of worrying about that, it's like the one is going to magnetize towards me as I would magnetize towards them. It's never going to be one-sided. It's never going to be me wanting somebody more than they want me, and vice versa, or me having to settle, or wanting everybody to desire me only for it to be that none of them are the one. So what does it matter? If they're not the one, why lose sleep over that? And as a human, we have feelings. We want what we want sometimes, even if it's bad for us. We might feel like it's unfair. Oh, why would I even like this person if I'm not going to be with them? It could be a number of reasons why you like that person. It ain't got to be because it's a punishment or because you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be all of that, There's many reasons why you might gravitate toward a person, and that person could just be for a season, or someone, that has qualities of a person you're looking for, and you see the beauty in that person. But that doesn't mean they're the one, and it doesn't mean that all is lost. You feel me? All right, so let's go ahead and get to the little pixie dust. Okay, so that was a collective reading. So if you guys are interested, like I said, $22 for your love story. You get what's your love story theme, who's coming towards you in love, and the next chapter in your love journey. That's what you get with that read. Okay, and I will leave timestamps so you guys can always come back and watch it and like this video, y'all. Don't play me, y'all. Show me some love. All right, let's move these out the way for a second. Okay. All right, let's do our timestamp before I forget. Loki, what's wrong with you, man? You're really, really doing too much, Loki. You're just doing too much, little man. Okay. Timestamp 48:47. Okay, so I'm going to share with y'all my magical fairy dust be poppin' spell. And this is like where the inner child comes in, because I fully believe that magic is supposed to have that quality of just like childlike energy. It's not meant to be all serious. Yes, use your intuition, things like that, because a part of being a magician is being a seer. Being a wise, like a wizard, is being a wise energy, right? A whiz, a genius, a genie, a djinn, right? Manifesting magic, all that shit. So, I have fun with my shit. It only works for you if you believe it works. That's the thing about magic. And when you're working with elements, like, because like I like working with like earthy things. Like I love, actually, I feel like as a magician, you should use all elements, right? So like, for example, if I'm using like food such as herbs, I'm using sugar, I'm using honey, that's like the earth energy. If you're using crystals, that's earth energy, right? That's the pentacles, right? If I'm using candles, that could be considered fire energy, right? Fire magic. Burning rituals, that's fire magic. Water, using water, that could be with the will and the emotions, the heart-centered energy, the energy that you invest into your magic. Could be literally using water, so like spiritual baths, cleansing in the oceans or the creeks, working with that water elements. That's the water, that's the cups of the magician, right? Or the wands, I skipped the wands, fire energy. So let's say, like, again, going back to the candle magic. And it could even be the passion and the energy, or maybe even the sexual energy. Sex magic can be, the wands, the fire energy. Same with the cups too. Sex can be sex magic, cup energy. Swords, affirmations, mantras, prayers, visualizations, writing, journaling, scripting. Yeah. So it could be that in the mind, your belief in something. So all those components are magical. So for me, I'm going to show you guys, I guess, the pentacles, earth magic, the air, and the fire. Essentially all of that shit. But let's see here. I hope I'm not forgetting nothing. So you can use a smaller thing. I wanted to use this. It was cute, So you can use like a smaller little something, maybe something to carry on you. So what do you use this for? Well, you can use it for a number of things. For me, I use it on candles. You can wrap it, rub it in some oil, like some olive oil or some blessed oil, or I don't know, honey maybe or something. Just be careful, be safe, flammable shit, be careful. Sprinkle it or roll it around in it, You can put it inside of a candle, like drop it before you light it. Just sprinkle a little bit on there. Put it in a spiritual bath. So the intention of this is to tap into your inner confidence of self. Believing in your magic. And like I said, we're using our inner child. So like our imagination, but the elements that we're using, they also have power in them. Everything has an intent, everything has a vibration around you. So using cinnamon is not far-fetched and be like, oh, that's just some cinnamon. If you believe it's just some cinnamon, then bitch, it's just some cinnamon. But if you believe that it holds power, it activates an energy of prosperity and abundance. It smells good. It's spicy. It could be sexy. It could be sweet. Like, it's up to you how you use it. So what you need, before I forget, because we're going on a tangent for a second. First, you need your base, right? Something to put it in. You don't have to fill this whole thing up. It could be smaller than this, bigger than this. It's up to you what you're going to use it for. You could sprinkle it over your room. Like, some people do the sprinkle in salt to protect their home, their house, put it around their bed, or black salt. Some people use cinnamon to bring in new energy, prosperity, floor washes, what have you. Sugar sweetens things. Sugar attracts as well. So does cinnamon. Cinnamon also activates too. Can activate things, speed up things. So the little inner child aspect of this is you gonna need your glitter. Okay, you're gonna need your glitter. Any color that resonates with you and what your intentions is. For me, I use a few different colors of glitter, but your base is gonna be sugar, azúcar. I use brown sugar, like a little bit of brown sugar, because I don't want to change the color of it. I don't want it to look like a weird science project or some shit in kindergarten. So I try to keep it a little light so I could have the colorful colors of glitter come through. And I just put a little dash of cinnamon, not too much, but I put a little bit of brown sugar because I feel like that represents me, there's a brown girl. I just wanted to like part of that celebration of me. Um, yeah, brown girl magic. Where's my other glitter? I use this unicorn glitter too. This shit got all over my floor, and it was hell to pay to pick it up. The vacuum cleaner did not want to pick the shit up, so I would tread lightly with glitters, whether it's confettis, glitters, sugar. Like, please do it somewhere where you could sweep it up easily, or just wipe it off the counter, and it's not gonna be a complete fuckery mess, because it was glitter all over my hands. It was glitter all over my flow, but it's okay. Because I did a tutorial video that I'll post sometime soon, so y'all can see as a demonstration. But the major thing that you're gonna want to need is, of course, the sugar. Sugar is the base. Um, you could use powdered sugar, but I don't think it's gonna have the same like it's not gonna have that pixie dust type of energy. Because, like I said, or consistency. Because you want to sprinkle it around. Sprinkle, sprinkle, not too much. Remember, you want roaches and shit and ants and shit in your house. You just put just a little below, just for the dramatic effects, but the energy vibration, that you're putting into it. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Kind of reminds me of that movie. I thought about this movie the other day. The Teen Witch movie. It was like an 80s movie, I think. And the girl, it was like a scene where she wanted to be popular or whatever. She wanted to be like her favorite singer or whatever. And she did this magic spell to get her favorite singer's jacket. And the singer just walked over to her backstage and was like, I just want to give this jacket to you. I've been wanting to give it to you. Weird shit, right? So the witch girl put the jacket on, and then took this magic potion shit that her witch friend gave her, like this ancient spell. I guess it was like Cleopatra used it, Marilyn Monroe used it, and all these other women that were like very revered, right? So because she wanted to be popular or whatever, so she sprinkled this shit on her, and she started spinning around the room doing all this crazy shit. You don't got to be that dramatic, okay? We're not in high school. We're not trying to be the most popular person or popular girl. This is about inner self and your inner child having fun with it. Like, my inner child enjoyed making it. I did some candle work with it, and it's for me. This is, so me sharing this with y'all do what y'all will with it. Tread lightly, use it wisely, be a wise magician, okay? Don't be a foolish one. Don't be goofy. Don't be destructive, chaotic, and toxic, okay? Don't do that. So, candle, you need a candle. I use just a little tiny candle. You can use whatever color you want. I guess this is supposed to be yellow, but it looks pretty faint. But I use a purple one. And I sprinkled my pixie dust. I actually dressed it with my road opener oil as well. Said a mantra, said a prayer. For example, let's see. For example, you want to, if you're writing an intention, or as you're making it, or as you're shaking it up, putting the intention, you could say something like, my fairy dust stays popping, may I shine brightly, whatever, tailor it to what resonates with you. But like, you want to put some type of energy into it. This is my magic. It glows. It blah, 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 blah. It is whatever you're setting your intention. And then you can write an intention as well. Like I said, you want to, writing things down is powerful for whatever reason it is. And it could be because you're affirming something on paper where it's written, it's set. So it's almost like a prophetic action. I prefer black inks. If you're going to do like little magical things or something for your inner child, you could use like colorful pens and stuff like that. If that makes your inner child smile, do that. You can use like glitter pens, you can use crayons, things that speak to the inner child, the light-hearted thing. Or if you really want to lock it down and really get serious, black ink. I use little thin tip Sharpies. That's what I use, at least. Parchment paper is ideal, or like some blank sheet of paper works just fine. I sign my name on it, so I solidify what I'm saying, what my intentions are, and I burned my candle. So, You can activate this whenever you need a little bit of boost. Like, it's just something to, you can do this in any way, but this is just, it's not like a necessity. It's not like a fix it all thing. It's something that is a lighthearted way to approach reminding yourself of your lights, your, to activate that inner glow within self, or to remind yourself of that inner glow of who you are, especially when you're feeling shitty. Like, your little self can just, sit somewhere in your room and say your affirmation, sprinkle it, blow it around, put it in a candle, so when, it's that reminder for you. That's all it is. And put your heart into it. Like, I created this because I I just thought it was clever. I thought it was cute. I had fun doing it, and I believed in what I was doing. Like, it was, to me, it is magic to me. It is real for me. It's not like, oh, just some bullshit. Like, I wouldn't creative. I just thought it was some bullshit. So for me, this was like a light hearted thing to do, to tap in and remind myself. It was a fun way to remind myself of that. Me doing these Ghetto Fairy Friday lives is a part of me enjoying myself as an inner child self, like the magic aspect, but still incorporating, obviously, the realness, the seriousness in it. And our inner child deserves that love. Like, it keeps you alive. Like, I feel like if you don't have an in touched inner child, with, like, you're not in touch and in tune with her or him, then you might as well be dead inside. Like, I believe Walt Disney's, what his is as weird as he is. He's a genius and stuff. He's a creator, but there's, he's a little tainted, he's a little perverted. But his inner child energy showed, like, his visions of things. It helped us, to tap into that side of magic and play and things like that. Um, so that's all this, this, yeah. So yeah. May your fairy dust stay popping, y'all. I wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it was fun, something cute, but also something that can be effective. Remind yourself. I like making my own concoctions and shit. I have a lot of stuff that I create and use that I have fun with. So I want to share that with y'all. I'll probably share some more things, I think. Um, next Fairy Friday, Ghetto Fairy Friday, I'll have something else for you guys too. We'll see. But I want to leave this before I jump into the personal reads. I want you guys to ask yourself, if you believed in your magic fully, you would do what? If you fully believed in your magic, what would you do? Like, if you believed in that in yourself, and write it down or leave it in the comments, because I want to hear it. I want to hear it. So that was my little pixie dust. May it stay popping, y'all. Okay? Write your petition. Put it underneath your candle, or you can sit it under your fairy dust or whatever. If you want to put it on a pendant, because they have like little corkscrew pendants that you can fill them up with things. You can carry it on a necklace. You can carry it on a keychain. Carry it in your wallet, your purse, your pocket. Keep it by your nightstand. Put it under your pillow. You can create a pixie dust that helps you dream better, help you remember your dreams. Like, magic is intentional. Yes, it's about the physical elements that you use, but magic is also about your intent, and it's also about your belief in it, the energy you put into it. If you create or like try to manifest, or people put a lot of energy into cursing people, that dumb shit. I just want to, people put all their anger into that. That's magic as well, but it's a lower vibrational aspect of magic. But just imagine if you tapped into your pure hearted energy to manifest, and you actually dared yourself to dream, or dared yourself to believe in positive things or positive change, and you activated that into something. It will work. It will work. If you keep it up, or if you believe in it. It's not, magic is not to be this one-time fix thing and it's all better, it's all done. It helps activate, and it helps, push the energy more. It helps us to manifest things, but it's up to us to maintain that vibration or that energy. Okay? That's the gist of it. All right, I'm done with that. So if you believed in your magic fully, you would do blank. What would you do if you fully believed in your magic? No limitations. My drink is so watered down, it's not even funny. Okay. All right, I'm going to put the names in the list of those of you that got your own little fairy tale reads. So let's do that. All right. All right. Let me just make sure I have everybody on the list before I start. All right. The list is open in case you're wondering. Okay, hold on. Come on now. How do I open the live? So slow. Okay, here we go. All right, so there is the names on the list. If you're interested, the list is still open. Click the black bubble in the chat, or you can click the, I think the description has it. I could be wrong. I don't know, child. Your girl don't know. What in the fuckery? Okay. Oh, I just got it, sis. Okay. All right. I'll add you to the list, ma'am. Okay, so you'll be after Amira. I don't know if you want me to put Lesli or Trish, but you'll be person 6 on the list, okay? All right, so what we're tapping into is those 3 topics right there, which you see if you expand the chat. So what we're tapping into is your love story theme, who's coming towards you in the next chapter of your romantic journey. Okay, those are the 3 those are the 3 elements that we'll be tapping into. Okay, all right, let's get it. Lesli, okay, I got you, sis. I got you. Okay, so Temia, you were up first, sis. Not sis. Okay. All right, Miss Temia. So we're gonna tap into your love story theme. So I might use the I'm gonna use them. What am I talking about? I'm gonna use these. Gonna use my inner child, FairyTale tarot. My accents is so ugly, but I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna use my tarot deck. Where did I put it? On the floor, like a dummy. On the floor, like a dummy. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So your love story theme, who's coming towards you, and the next chapter in your love life. So everybody that gets a reading tonight, that is going to be the 3 components or concepts that we tap into for your reading. And yeah, let's get it. Miss Lesli. All right, let's see. What is your love story theme? Spirit, the most accurate fairy tale or myth story, whatever you want to call it. What does that look like for Miss Temia? Oh, I can't shuffle that way. Why is it upside down? Maybe I did it. Oh, well, you got the fairy godmother. This card came out in the collective reading as well. The fairy godmother is the high priestess in this deck. And her connected card is the moon card, which is the Cinderella card in this deck. So your story is kind of similar to maybe a Cinderella story. So a Cinderella story, if we look at it from a deeper perspective and not just some girl that went to a ball, met this fine ass man, this popular rich dude, and lost her shoe, her high heel, and he was like, I don't know who that baddie was, but we're gonna find her and see who fits this high heel, and whoever fits the high heel, I'm just gonna wing it. No, the story's a little bit more deeper than that. It's a woman that dared to believe and dream that she could have a better life for herself. She put up with some shit. Like she did her, she kept it cute. She's like, these people, they treat me like shit, but you know what? I'm not gonna stoop to their level. I'm gonna be optimistic about mine. I'm going to this ball. I'm gonna even create my own dress because I'm unique like that. I'm eclectic like that. So I'm gonna make my own dress and it's gonna be cute. And I have friends that support me and help me, and they're gonna make sure I get there. Things don't go according to plan. Shit. Sometimes we run into people that are not our best, you know, best and highest good for us. People that may be jealous, people that may have their own trauma, people that may project, but they ain't stopping nothing because God always comes through and way better than we can ever expect it. But we just got to be ready. We got to be on divine time. Make sure we show up and show out when we're divinely guided to, and show up as ourselves. And things will fall into divine alignment as it's meant to. So you have divine helpers. Let them help you. You don't got to do all the work. It don't got to look the way that you think it's going to work. So that is your theme. The God, fairy godmother energy, divine godmother, divine source, maybe even literally a someone in your life that's like a mother figure to you, or has your best intentions. So who's coming towards you? Who's coming towards you in love? Spirit, who's coming towards Miss Temia in love? Who's coming towards Temia in love? The Fool. It could be somebody that comes to you, obviously, when you're not really looking or expecting it, but it could be like some sort of journey that you're on, like at some point where you are carefree, or you kind of just drop baggage and you just step foot into like, okay, I'm open to what life holds for me, this next chapter of my life. I'm open to where I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be going. It's kind of like a faith journey, for a faith walk, and if you're on that, that's beautiful. This is going to be somebody that may be on that same tip as well. Like they're not particularly like looking for things to unfold specific, like if they had life plans and they may have not gone a certain way, or they kind of let go of baggage, or they really shut the door on some major things in their life, and now they're just open and receptive to where they're headed, where they're going, and they're just kind of like, God, okay, where are we going? What's the next step? What's the journey? Like, I'm open, I'm having a good time, or I'm just present, I'm wide-eyed like a child. I'm optimistic. I get like a Snow White energy too from this, with this little deer, this fawn next to this girl. I can't show you too much of her because she naked as fuck, but you see that little deer baby or fawn. So it makes me think of Snow White energy for some reason. Snow White distanced herself from the castle, her evil stepmother. So it could be some mother wounds there too, because Cinderella, her stepmama was a bitch. Snow White's stepmama was a bitch. Jealous, evil, narcissistic, maybe. Definitely that queen in Snow White, she was definitely a narcissist, who was the fairest of them all. Like, bitch, not you. Like, so Snow White, she distanced herself from the castle. She was here I go with my memes again. There's this meme that is so funny to me. I gotta mention it real quick, but it's a meme of Snow White. It's a scene of her crying in the forest, and all these like fawns and birds and all these creatures in the wood come out, and it was like, when your ancestors like, are you done, bitch? Are you done crying, or something like that? Are you done throwing a temper tantrum? Something like that. It's funny. But like, this is when you distance yourself from something toxic and you open yourself up to a new journey, a new experience, and you're going to run into your person, because I feel like they're out on a venture as well, or they're kind of just like, they're doing their own thing. They're not looking for anything specific in life. Like, not saying that they don't care about their life or their future or anything like that, but they're just open. They're surrendered to what's of their highest good, basically. So who's your person? Someone that I feel like that might be on a soul journey. Yeah, soul journey. The hermit tried to come out. So they're on a soul journey, just like I feel like you will be, or you are, if not already. The next chapter in your romantic journey. What is the next chapter in Temia's romantic journey? The Nine of Swords. Finally confronting or facing a fear. I feel like a solo journey, like you really, I know it's kind of frustrating. A soul journey of like a soul, hence solo journey. I'm getting like three different meanings. So like your soul journey, meaning like your inner self, your soul, your mind, will, and your emotions, when you're focused on that within yourself. And then soul, like the solar plexus, um, the inner light of yourself, regaining, maybe finding yourself, like parts of yourself maybe that you've lost, and or parts of yourself that you haven't come to recognize yet. Embracing certain parts of yourself. And your solo journey, meaning like this is about you, this is about where you are with yourself, your well-being. And as you're on that, as you confront and face certain fears, as you let go of certain things that you need to walk away from, or it could be like really big things, very pivotal moments, that is going to set you on a journey of, I feel like, essentially meeting the person that's for you. So if you take anything from Cinderella, she had trauma. She did. She had a household full of people that did not treat her right, did not love her, did not respect her, that tried to sabotage her. That doesn't have to be your story, but just Cinderella went through trauma, but she still had faith. She still believed that her life deserved better, or she deserved better in her life. She even showed up for herself in her best of her ability, and it didn't work out, but that spirit showing up for her, her fairy godmother showing up for her, her fairy fur baby family showing up for her, is to let her know that she's supported and that things will turn out way better than we could ever expect. So if you remember in the movie Cinderella, the Disney movie cartoon, when she woke up in the morning, the first thing she saw out of her window was the castle, the princess castle. So it was almost like a prophetic vision. I always say that windows, yes, they're the windows to the soul, but they're also the windows to prophetic vision. Like if you see things out a window in dreams, usually it's showing you a glimpse of something that's going to happen in the future. So her looking out of the window was like a prophetic vision that castle was a part of her destiny, which it was in so many ways. Her going to the ball, her meeting the prince, her eventually ending up being a princess. So her fate, her destiny was tied into that. You don't have to know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. All right, much love to you, sis. That was your reading. I think I got these upside down. No, I don't. I thought I did. I don't. So I just had the deck upside down, but the cards that I pulled, no, they're all right. They're good. Yeah, so much love to you, sis. I hope that was helpful. I hope that blessed you or inspired you, encouraged you, spoke to you, the depths of yourself, your inner child. I hope she appreciates this message as well. So I'm going to move on to Miss Christina, then Breyonna, Bree, Amira, and Lesli. If anyone else is interested, the list is still open. As long as I got energy, my energy battery is good. We're good. We're good. Christina, your timestamp is 1:17:49. Okay. All right, Miss Christina. So we're going to tap into your love story theme, who's coming towards you, and the future, or the next chapter of, I should say, the next chapter of your romantic journey. So I'm going to use the FairyTale Inner Child Tarot, major arcanas only, just to see like what your fairy tale theme is. The closest theme to your fairy tale, what is it? The Earth Child. I'm going to have to read on this, but I'm going to use my intuition first, of course. Hey, sis. How are you? So the Earth Child is a beautiful card to get. I feel like this reminds me, like, I love the fact that it doesn't have a skin tone. It's almost like it's not human, but it is human. It's like a human baby, but it doesn't have like a race, I should say. So this just applies. I feel like it kind of makes me think of the movie Powder. Have you ever seen that movie? It's an old movie. I think that's like a 90s movie. And I think he has some type of like powers, like some type of divine powers, or like out of like some type of strange gifts or something. And he had this really, really pale skin, almost like alien extraterrestrial like skin color. So Spirit is, your story is centered around you not being able to be put in a box. And maybe throughout your life you felt like that made you, like, a negative aspect of this, like maybe seeing yourself as like a problem, not good enough, not accepted, um, don't fit in. But the heart, I feel like, of this is that no, you may not be of this world, you may be of the earth, but ultimately you are the heart of God. Like, you are still a part of God, and God's creations are all unique and all different. And sometimes it might feel like you're not of this world, you feel out of, like, you don't feel like a place here. And I feel like that's because, like, people need to see life from different lenses. People need to experience the world. It's like people that haven't traveled the world, like, we might have perceptions of life a certain way because if you've never experienced it, then you have this misconception, or you might be told what to think about it, or like a stereotype. Can somebody come get Loki, because he driving me crazy? Somebody come get Loki. um yeah, it's, I feel like your story, like your love story, could be that you find that the person that's for you, they see you. It's like it maybe was designed and meant to be that way. Like, not every person or man that you got with necessarily understood you, or maybe there were times where you felt like you needed to conform to be what they wanted, or you could just never understand why. So basically, like, it's a saying, I'm not a type, I'm a vibe, meaning that you're not an archetype, you're a vibration. Everything has a vibrational essence, right? Frequency. Your energy is its unique own, and it might be something that's not common, or it's something about that. I want to read on that for a second, but let me pull more cards. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna read on it real quick. This card would be the World card, by the way. The Earth Child is the Earth card. Cinderella, the Moon, the Three Little Pigs, the Earth Child. Okay. It says, in the traditional tarot, this card is called the World. In the Inner Child cards, this is the Earth Child, an in-wombed human soul preparing for rebirth. This child represents the accumulation of a long journey. As the soul progresses through the passage of time, space, matter, and spirit, there is no reemergence back into the primordial egg. At birth, a new being, complete, whole, makes its dramatic entrance into the physical world of earth, water, air, and light. This card suggests the potential of future development in the creative interpretation of multidimensional consciousness. To be born into the material universe is to experience pain and suffering, ironically, the most common bond uniting every human being on earth. Appropriately, this card has always been ruled by Saturn, the beautiful ring planet that signifies discipline, responsibility, concentration, hard work, vulnerability, and the resolution of old karma. The sequence of the... Wait, hold on. I'm skipping. Sorry, I skipped a lot. What does this baby even mean? The Earth Child makes a spiritual conscious choice to re-enter the physical world once again, take up the cross of earthly living. Just as the hangman reverses his understanding to prepare for the transition as the death, the Earth Child gives up the divine state of bliss to serve humanity in a weight transition known as birth, which is the Fool. This card reaches its culmination in the Earth Child, but natural process of circular dance rather than a series of linear images and experiences. The embryo containing all the meaningful experience gained in the passage through the major trumps matures into the Fool, and the cycle of life begins anew. For this season, the Earth Child card is deeply associated with the magic of organic growth and the spiritual forces at work in the seed state. When this card appears in your reading, powerful and divine influences are gestating within your aura. Embrace them in an open mind. Remember how protected and nurtured you are by the invisible helpers, guides, and teachers. You are never alone. Experience the universal harmony emanating from the sun, the sacred nucleus of the solar system, and become the rhythmic beating of your own heart and radiate a center of your body. All right, so this could be like a romance that comes. It's like my little sparkle try to come off again. They always do. Every live. At least one does. Um the person that is meant for you is gonna see you for you. But what I also get from this is almost like it's a birthing process with this. So it's like the more painful your journey gets, or it feels like it's becoming tedious, it's tiring, you're fed up, it's like it's because you're giving birth to some aspect of yourself, that is beautiful, and spirit wants you to embrace it and nurture it, because once you do, the person that's for you, they see you. The people that can't see you, it's not so much because you can't see yourself necessarily. It's just meant, I feel like it's not meant for these people to see you for you. It's like, it's painful, yes. The more and more you accept who's for you and who's not, like you see that who's not for you, and you accept that as well, it's like, okay, it is what it is. It's almost like it's a catch-22. Like, I don't know if you notice, like, the more you honor yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you show your authentic self, it triggers people, and or it separates you from people, or people separate from you. But that's actually a blessing. But sometimes we'll look at that blessing as like a curse. So it's actually bringing you closer to the right person. Speaking of your person who's coming towards you in love, and it could be your person, it may not be your person, it could be someone that you might need to know about. Let's see who's coming towards Christina in love. Six of Cups. This is someone, because there's like a play on children energy. I feel like this is somebody that brings out your inner child, or you feel safe with this person. You feel carefree. It's like an innocence, like a pure exchange with this person. They might feel familiar to you. I don't feel like they're going to remind you of a person that you've ever met or been interested in or something like that, or someone maybe that hurt. They're not, I don't get that type of familiarity. It's almost like, it feels like, do I know you from somewhere type of vibe. Like, can somebody get Loki? Somebody come get him. He keeps coming in and out and scratching on the doors. But he drives me crazy. He's an unsettled cat. But yeah, the Six of Cups, I feel like it feels like somebody that you've met before, but you haven't met this person before. You've never seen them before. This is somebody most likely that's just going to feel very familiar to your spirit. And I feel like your inner child, you feel safe with them. So this could also be like a key factor of like, if you connect with people to a certain degree, but you don't really feel safe with them, it's like you might be attracted to them. You might be attracted to things about them, but you don't feel safe with them. You don't feel secure with them. You don't feel like you could be your authentic self. But with this person, I feel like the key sign is that you unmask yourself just naturally. You feel safe with them. You feel seen. Loki, my ninja, like, somebody get this boy. Come get him, please. Get Loki. Can somebody get Loki? Open the door for him. I'm still live. I can't get up and get him. He keeps coming in and out. Baby. Bye, Loki. Have a nice evening. Thank you for your efforts. Anyway, he be driving me crazy. He wants to go out, then he want to come in, he want to leave again. All my animals do that. But yeah, this is someone that you're going to recognize. More so, it's a soul level, and your inner child feels safe and secure with him to unmask herself. So let's see the next chapter in your romantic journey. I'm sorry for all the interruptions as well. My bad. Mr. Loki. Like, what do we expect from a ninja named Loki? To not be destructive and annoying. Next chapter in your love journey. Queen of Wands. I see a correlation with the general read, the collective read, but like the next journey is like that full embracing of that solar plexus energy. I got this for the collective too, and I think the last reading I just did kind of had that same sentiment of the soul. So like the solar energy, the soul, the inner self, and the solo. But it's like a celebratory energy. It's a glow. It's an inner glow that radiates on the outside. It's a new defined embracing of the self, maybe feeling more sexy, feeling more bold, more confident, more capable, more optimistic. Maybe like an ambitious focus on like certain things, like personal goals for yourself outside of like love or another person. But this ultimately, this type of energy is actually what is going to attract your person. But it's a natural thing. It's not something you can force. It's not something you can fake. This is organic. And this ultimately, this energy, this Queen of Wands energy is what's going to attract your person to you. Because you're very close. And I don't want to put like a specific timeline on it, but you're very close with the World card. To me, that's like a symbol. You're very close to your person. And the bottom of the deck is the Fool card. So no lies told her. The red cap cup or the Red Riding Hood cup is the Fool card in this deck. So that was at the bottom of the deck, by the way. So you got the World and you have excuse me. You have the World and you have the Fool. All right. You've never been in a connection where the person truly accepted you or even knew me. They just like the idea of me. Tell me about it, sis. Tell me about it. You know, tell me something I don't know that I, haven't felt. Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I understand. But that is your reading, sis. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, that was an interesting reading. They have like different cards in here. Like some of them is like kind of unique. Like the Earth Child was a unique card to throw in there, but he's connected to the other cards like the Hangman, the Fool card. All right. So much love to you, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and move on to Miss Breyonna, then Bree, Amira, Lesli. I don't know if anyone else. I'll check in a second. So now we're at 91 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay. All right, Breyonna. So we're tapping into your love story theme. Who's coming towards you and the next chapter of your romantic journey. Okay. So before we start, I'm going to, well, actually, this is a part of the reading. I'm going to use the Inner Child FairyTale cards as your love story's theme. Like, what is the theme of your love story? Okay. So, FairyTale most closest to the love story. Okay. Peter Pan. Interesting. Peter Pan. I can't remember. I think this is the Chariot. The Chariot card in this deck. Okay, so your love story theme is Peter Pan. I feel you might have had to kind of journey in connections with people that may have been a little bit immature or some level immature, like if it's emotional immaturity or just not ready to connect with you past like a certain level. Like it feels immature. So like we think of Peter Pan as a little boy that never grew up. He took these kids to Neverland, and at some point they wanted to go back home. So interesting enough, the Chariot card, I never knew this until I read the guidebook of this card. The Chariot, the word Chariot is connected to the planet of Chiron, which can be connected to like wounds and healing and things like that. And sometimes like inner child healing and wounds. And the Chariot card being in Cancer, I never knew this, that actual placement, Chiron, was discovered in 1977, I think. It was either 1977 or 1979, and it first landed or was discovered in Cancer, in the sign of Cancer. So there's a connection between the chariot and that planet and Cancer energy being connected to the chariot card comes from that actual placement. I don't know if it's actual planet, but like, you know what I'm trying to say, child shit. Astrology. I'm not that, like, I have like a, you know, some level of understanding of sure, basic understanding of astrology. I feel like it's so complex. It's so much to learn. But from that I gathered, I was like, okay, it's interesting. So I feel like your person, it's a asteroid. Thank you. Asteroid. So that particular asteroid, thank you, Christina. I feel like this is connected to like people that you heal your inner child with through. So there could be a level of familiarity where they feel like home to you. You might even find yourself kind of mothering your partner sometimes, or like being more the mature one over your partners. Um, so I feel like your love story is that eventually, like, once you find that, okay, the gig is up, like, okay, we've experienced all that we need to experience, I've healed past that, um, you're going to return back to a state of more wisdom, better healing within yourself. And you do ask about your inner child at times, or is that, I can't remember if it's you or Mahogany. Um, I think it's you. You do ask like a lot of deep questions about your healing. So I feel like your partner is like, you have an active understanding, or you've come to that, you know, as of in the recent past, or you've been doing the work, realizing where the healing comes from, and it could be a correlation between their inner child and yours, or you could identify where this person's inner child is like coming through in the immaturity or the certain levels of immaturity that maybe you experience with your partners, and it's helping you to lead you to a better place within your love journey. So let's see who's coming towards you in love. Didn't even need to ask because the card flew right out. Or cards. The Star, the Ten of Cups. Could be like the person of your dreams. I feel kind of guided to keep it kind of vague because I don't feel like it's necessarily like a specific person. It could be like the ideal type of partnership within a person, like someone that has the qualities of what you're really looking for, or maybe even qualities that you don't even know yet that you even need or would desire or would love. But who's coming towards you is essentially, in short, because this is what I'm getting, like, if the Ten of Cups and the Star was a math problem, it would equal partner of your dreams. That's how it's registering to me. um you know, 1 + 1 + 1 is 2. Like, it's giving the person of your dream. I don't know how else to say it. um yeah, this is like a supportive person as well, like an emotional supportive person, or someone that might even support your dreams. It gives me kind of like a playful vibe in the Ten of Cups too, like how this couple, like the girl is piggybacking, riding on her man. So this could be somebody that feels like your dream person because of like maybe specific qualities that stand out to you, such as like, this man really actually supports me, or this person actually supports my dreams, or, you know, or we both share a similar desire in the end goal. It's like something about it that's like, it's perfectly knit. And what I say with the Ten of Cups, like, the Ten of Cups and the Star, to me, yes, they could be cards of like ultimate fulfillments and wishes, and but the Star is like it doesn't come without its inner reflecting. It doesn't come without the healing. It doesn't come without leading with an optimistic approach and a hopeful approach to our dreams. Like, that's the realistic part of it. Like, okay, it's not just, oh, the stars are aligned now. The stars are aligned, meaning that the vibration is in alignment. I'm in vibrational alignment with what's of my highest good. So that aspect of healing and hope is the combination that we need to even manifest, or to even be receptive to manifestation. If we're kind of lacking that sometimes, or we're not willing to do the work, then it's like faith without works is dead. That's kind of the vibe. But it's like my faith with works. It's far more better in alignment than not in alignment. And then the Ten of Cups is like, when I think of the Ten of Cups as the last suit, with the exception of the court cards of the cups, but like Ace through the 10, that journey within itself, Ace through the 10, was not always sweet. It wasn't always fun. Like, there's the Four of Cups, there's the Five of Cups, there's the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups that could be a little challenging as well. So it wasn't like this perfect journey. It wasn't always easy, but the Ten of Cups is like, here we are. We made it. It's like, yeah, we've made it. Last but not least, the next chapter in your love journey or romantic journey. What is the next chapter in Breyonna's romantic journey? The Nine of Swords. I think, I don't know if this came out for somebody or was this in the collective. I know this card came out too. It might feel scary to approach. It could be a fear of yours in love that is kind of like a scary thought to entertain, or it could be a thought in your mind or something that you feel like could be a reality. Or what if this leads to, like, let's say for instance, oh, I guess I'm just going to be single forever. It didn't work out with this person. I thought this was going to be my forever person. It doesn't work out. Well, I guess I'm going to be single forever. It's kind of like those type of thoughts, like, where we kind of expect a certain outcome that might be a little bit, it's like a fear though. It's manifesting through fear, or it's the projection of if fear is coming through. But I feel like you gotta work through it, or you gotta move through it. It's like you gotta master the thought. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna run from the fear or the idea. I'm gonna confront this thing head on, because if not, it's like it's gonna keep like bothering you almost. It's like it's gonna keep you not at rest or at peace. It's like until you face this fear, you're free. You're free of it. You're free of, and it could be a scary thought, like, okay, let's say hypothetically, if I do end up being by my, never having a person or never getting married, God forbid that, but what if that is the case? Can I still be happy? And I've asked myself this question before, because my answer to this is like, I want to be. If that's not for me, if that's not my fate, I want to be happy with my life, because all I have is me anyway, so why not be happy? And then it alleviates that fear and that stress or that pressure that we place on ourselves. It's something that like you're going to face and confront, and that is the thing that's going to set you free. That is going to be the thing that it takes that limit off, that glass. It's like you break that glass ceiling. There's no limitations on you. There's nothing. There's no pressure of time. It's like it breaks something off of you, off of your mindset. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. I hope that was helpful, Breyonna, sis. I send you much love. Okay. Sending you love and light and peace. All the ladies so far, all the ladies that are up and coming, I send you love, light, and peace. Whatever your messages are, I hope you take them well with positivity or transmute it into something positive. You're welcome. Thank you, sis. I like these too. I like these messages. I do. It's fun, but helpful. All right. So next is Bree. And let's get your timestamp. I'm going to have to convert some of these timestamps because these are not going to be clickable. 103:28. I'll do that after the live. We're not going to do that right now. But Bree, let's tap into your love story theme. I'm going to use the FairyTale tarot cards. And then we're going to ask who's coming towards you. And lastly, we're going to ask the next chapter in your romantic journey. What does that look like? So what is the FairyTale most closest to your love story theme? Okay. You got the Midas touch. Got the Midas touch. Hey, got the Midas touch. I don't know what that little move was that I did. That was so fossil-y. Oh, it's a fossil. Oh. Okay. All right. You might get with somebody, because I don't really know the story of, like, I don't remember. I gotta refresh I gotta go and read the story of the Midas touch man. But just intuitively, real quick, I feel like you might like be attracted, or people are attracted to you, like people that might tend to like be very popular, maybe have some level of status or nice things. Some of these people could be a little superficial, um, very all about labels, or like the cars that they drive. Like they put a lot of emphasis on that, or a lot of importance on that, or like they tie their worthiness, their worth into these items, these earthly things. I want to read on him real quick because he looks shocked as hell. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. So this could be somebody that will be shocked that they even manifested you. This woman is like this golden light. Maybe they're used to superficial people themselves. And it's like when they come across you, they might be shocked. They might be surprised that they are even capable of manifesting you, or how did they get you? I want to, I don't even know, who is this XI? Mr. Midas Touch. Oh, this is Justice. Okay. So, this is a profound teaching on the subject. In this tale, King Midas has a beautiful daughter whom he loves very much, but closer to his heart is his desire for gold. What? One day, while he is counting his wealth, a stranger appears and asks him what would he like more than anything in the world. The king, without forethought, abruptly asks that everything he touched becomes gold. Yeah, like a greedy motherfucker. Like somebody that puts emphasis on material things, like I said. Okay, this, it says the mysterious stranger tells him that by sunrise the next day his wish will be granted. At the first rays of light enter the king's chamber in the morning. The king is astounded to see that his wish was indeed being granted. A chair, his bed, even the glorious roses in his garden turn to gold at even his every touch. However, his daughter, who loved the roses, runs to her father, terribly upset at the sudden turn of events. The king reaches out to comfort her, and shockingly, she turns to gold as well. Besides him with grief, the king wants... Yeah. Encounters the stranger who asks the mighty ruler if he has learned his lesson. King Midas begs the golden touch to be taken away. The stranger tells him to dive into a pool of water in the garden with a special vase and fill it with water from the depths of the pool. This represents a real ritualistic cleansing of his sins of avarice and pride. Midas is told that if he pours his water on everything that he has been turned to gold, all his precious objects will once again be restored to their natural state. Sure enough, the stranger's words hold true, and King Midas is able to bring his daughter and the beautiful roses of the garden back to life. The moral of this fairy tale is that there is something much more precious and close to our hearts than material wealth or gold, the beauty and sacredness of life all around us. Another lesson is to think ahead concerning the implications of your acts, for your innermost wishes may very well come true, causing more grief and happiness. So it's like, not everything that glitters is gold. And even if it is gold, is it worth all of that? So if that resonates with you as like your like situation, sometimes like be careful what you wish for. The certain people that might look good to you or might seem like they have something that would be valuable, it's like really check if that's something of value. Is it going to hold weight in the future? Is it something that you can, if you're on your deathbed, is it something that you're going to value in the end? Not how fine this, because you on your deathbed, you're going to think about how good homie looked or how much money he had. How did he make you feel? What was your connection? Was it beautiful? Was it basic? Was it painful? And if this is not your energy, then it's like the people maybe you're attracted to. There's some elements of them maybe that have these very superficial standards. Now, this does not have to be your fairy tale story, like this is what you're going to end up with. But this is like your love story theme, maybe at the moment, or what it's been. So let's tap into who's coming towards you. Nothing about that. I don't like that song. I mean, I do like that song, The Midas Touch. I do like it. But like thinking about it, like I wouldn't want to touch some shit and it just all just turn to go. Like what good is that gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like what good is that gonna do a person? Unless you trying to sell that shit, you trying to pawn it. Like hey, my kitchen sink, it's rare, it's gold. Turn the kitchen sink, it's gold, you know. This weave is gold, I'm gonna sell it. On Temu. I'm just like, no. We're not selling wigs on Temu, okay? We're not selling gold wigs on Temu. Hold on. I probably would make a lot of money doing that. It's on sale for $50. Black Friday sale. Anywho, so 8 of Swords flew out of the deck. The Ace of Wands and the 3 of Wands. These are some naked girls in here. We're going to keep them covered. All right. I feel like this is someone you feel free with. Doesn't put you in your head. You might be with like people sometimes like you kind of think too deep into things, or you worry about maybe what they're thinking, how they're feeling too much, or how are they seeing you maybe. Just someone that's going to allow you to be carefree. Someone that you feel balanced with. They might trigger you to be like, fuck it. Like, I'm not being in my head anymore, or I'm not going to worry so much about what this person thinks to oblivion. Like, do I even fucking like you? Like, do I even vibe with you? Like, it's something that's going to trigger this, whether it's like a positive reaction or it's like it's a reaction that makes you feel some type of way, but it leads to something positive regardless. Like, it leads to something positive. That 8 of Swords is kind of looking a little sexual. I don't know. Can I say that? I don't know if I can say bondage. Can I say bondage? I don't know if that's what you're into, or a person is into something with that. Like, interesting. This is... Oh. I'm not trying to make this nasty. I'm trying to keep... Because I've been cussing on here, granted. So they're probably like, bitch, you're not going to be able to monetize this. But... I'm getting like nasty concepts, freaky concepts, like bondage. I'm hearing the word edging. Okay, we ain't gonna do that. But yeah, anyway, this person I feel like is either they're going to be that positive trigger reaction of like, I feel good, I feel free, I'm not worried about what somebody thinks about me or thinking too much into it. I'm not worried about where is this going. It's like a spark of passion. It's kind of like being open to the flow, being optimistic, expecting like just positive things, nothing too specific. And if it's not like that type of reaction, it like that you would like, it still leads to this positive outcome though within you. So let's see, what's the next chapter in your romantic journey? There is some sexual energy, like a strong sexual energy, like coming through. Why does this 9 of Swords keep coming out in the same question? I think this is like the 3rd time. I could be wrong, but I think this is like the 3rd time that this has come out. Anyway, the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords to me is like you have to face something that you fear in love in order to have that breakthrough. But I want to clarify this. A lot of cards are coming out for you. I just want to pull one more though. It's the next chapter in Bree's romantic journey. The Knight of Wands. Yeah. It's like you're set free. Like you yourself are set free from some sort of bondage that you've been in. Like you can relax or something. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the people that you've been interested in, maybe even dating or something, may have kind of triggered this feeling of imprisonment in some kind of way, not feeling free to be yourself or feeling relaxed or feeling like it's just like it's not a comfortable feeling, it's not a safe feeling, or it's not I don't know how to explain it. It's not an energy of acceptance or something, or you feel like you're not being accepted, or you wonder if you're being accepted, but it's like once you face whatever you're fearing, whatever it is in your mind that you feel like maybe will not be accepted, or you feel like, well, what if I do this instead? What's going to happen if I say no to this person, or if I cut this person? It's like something that you fear in love, but it's because you care too much about the other person rather than you care about, like, how do you feel? You know, what do you think? What's your take on this? Like, what is it that you really want? Instead of thinking about it from that perspective, it's more so, well, okay, what if I do this and this person feels this way? And it's okay to consider others. That's, you know, that's healthy. But when it's almost like you kind of forget about yourself, or maybe you compromise and say, oh, maybe I'm doing too much, or maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I need to do something different about myself. And again, it's like overly like holding yourself to this unrealistic standard, or just kind of denying yourself of what you need or what's best for you. So it's like something that's going to break you free of this, I feel like, in the future, or is calling you to, encouraging you to. I hope I made sense with that. You had a lot of wands too, so it's like if you've been feeling passionless. I don't think that's the word. You've been lacking passion. or just feeling really restricted in your energy, almost like not dead inside a robotic, but what's the best way to describe this? It's almost like just kind of going with the status quo, even though there's a part of you that's not really into it, maybe has settled with the idea that, okay, this is as good as it gets, or this is all I can get, or it's some sort of settling energy. Whereas whatever is going to trigger getting yourself free of this, it brings about balance, or a person is going to trigger that in you, whether it's like there are positive catalysts for that, or it's almost like it has to come through a painful source to break that off of you. Okay. All right. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So Bree, that was your reading. So I hope that was helpful, sis. I'm sending much love to you. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Miss Amira, then Lesli. If anyone is interested, we have a little bit of time. And if not, that's okay, because we've been on here for a little bit. Almost 2 hours. It's okay. My energy battery is good. I ain't got nothing. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere tonight. So we're good. Amira, your timestamp is 1:17:27. All right, so Amira, we're going to ask the question of, well, 3 things we're going to look at. We're going to look at what is your love story's theme, who's coming towards you, and then the next chapter in your romantic story. So, first placement, what's your love story theme? Now, this doesn't have to be like your ultimate love story theme, like this is how your love life is going to end up. No. Just based off of the energy of your love life now, or what has the theme been, you know, that's what we're going to tap into. Okay. All right. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for your divine guidance, truth, and clarity. All right. Myra. All right, Myra. You can hear that. I think that's somebody's motorcycle really loud outside. If you can hear that. Aladdin, Arabian Nights. What's the other one? I can show you the world. Do 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 do. A whole new world, a magic place I never knew. I don't know the words to the song. Whatever. I love that movie. It's so cute. I wasn't a fan of the live action. I just wasn't feeling that. It wasn't. Just meh. Them Disney live actions, trash. Just I gotta do a proper thumb. I can take some of the good and the bad with it, but I would just prefer not to see them no more. They just ruining. Just like, let's not make no more. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not ruin the Disney legacy with these live actions because they just not it. All right. So your love story theme is Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. I feel like if you've had relationships or encounters with people that you've been interested in where they could be genuinely interested in you, but for some reason it's like they never feel quite good enough for you. It's almost like they feel they have to be something else to get with you, or they feel like this needs, but I feel like this can be channeled in a healthy way. Like if they're off, like if they're authentic about it, like big forehead gang. If they're authentic about it, like I'm straightening up my act because I actually want to grow as a person. I'm straightening up my act because I care about you. And it's not coming from a place of like, let me perform and be something I'm not because I think that this is what's going to get this person's attention. Um, then that's beautiful. Now, if you feel like at some time, like at some points, because it can be both ways, same things could be true at once, and only you know if that's the fact. But let's say hypothetically, there's a possibility in some of your connections that you felt like you weren't good enough for a person, so you had to kind of pretend to be someone that you weren't, or you feel like you had to do more, add a little more sparkle and shine or something in order to be what a person wanted or needed. With the person that is really meant for you and vice versa, you guys, like, even if you get triggered and feeling like, oh, I'm not enough, or maybe I'm not, this person's not really going to be that into me, kind of like you'll know that this is the right person because they're genuinely going to like work on themselves. They're not going to be intimidated by you and vice versa. And if there is a little bit of a stench of like insecurity or maybe questioning like, am I worthy enough for this relationship or this person? It's going to highlight the parts of yourself that feel triggered, and then for you to work on them and or your person to work on them. Aladdin was a male, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your person has to be going through that. It could even be like you kind of identify with Aladdin energy as well in that way. All right. So who is coming towards you? This does not have to be your ultimate person. It can be, or it could just be like the next significant connection that, happens to come through or that you welcome. Who is coming towards Amira? The Queen of Pentacles. I feel like somebody that knows your worth and your value. Could be somebody that wants to invest in some sort of way in you. It doesn't have to be like financially, just because there's the pentacle there. That pentacle can just be anything of value, like, a valuable aspect of a relationship or valuable qualities. It could be something that you value, it could be financial or some sort of way, like there's a material investment, or it could be all of the above. But somebody that is going to want to support you and invest in you, someone that I feel like that wants to nurture you. And I feel like you are somebody maybe that already gives a lot to people, or you show up a lot for people, you nurture people, you support them. So I feel like it's a kind of like a receptivity, like receive this gift of somebody actually doing that for you, someone, showing up for you in a relationship. That bunny is standing out to me a lot. This person could like your feet, or somebody that may have a thing for feet, or they might express that like they have an attraction for feet. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't know. You got the King and Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, this is somebody that like you give, I want to give to you. That's confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Because I wasn't going to look at the top of that. I wasn't even going to pull another, but something told me to just look. But someone that is going to give back to you as you give to them. All right, that's beautiful. What is the next chapter in your romantic journey. And Aladdin is the magician card in this deck, by the way, before I forget. I probably haven't been mentioning the major arcanas, like what the fairy tales mean, but Aladdin is the magician in this deck. Okay. Wow, you have a lot of cards that just came out. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, no, it's somebody before that. Okay. You got the Ten of Pentacles with the mommy and baby and daddy. The Nine of Pentacles. So you are manifesting like your end goal. It might feel like it's been a long time coming. The Nine of Pentacles, known as the single and loving it card, like you could be content with being single sometimes, or you don't mind it sometimes, but like naturally you still want a partnership, or you want to get married, you want to have a family, you want a stable home. Like that's natural. It's like I'm happy with what I got. Like I don't mind my own company. I don't mind being single, but I still want that end goal. And I feel like you're manifesting that. You got the Page of Wands with the booty out. Knight of Swords. And Justice. So yeah, it's yours for the taking. Like if you really like actively believe in that. And the more and more like you set the standard of like, no, this is what I want in a relationship, you're gonna have that. And even if some people gotta fall away, or they might be like, that's not what I'm looking for, that's not for me, as long as you stick to your guns, like of what you're looking for and what ultimately you want, you're gonna attract that. You're gonna have it because you set the tone. It's like, I'm not settling. This is what I want, this is what I desire, and I'm not getting anything less than that. So the next chapter in journey is like maybe you being more clear on what it is that you want, what you desire. And if a person really wants to meet you, really wants to be that for you and show up because that's what they want to, and they love you and they care about you, they're going to do what it takes. And if it's not meant, they're going to fall away. They're going to be done performing and trying to prove of themselves, and they're not for you. All right. So yeah, sis, I was pretty like straight. Yours was probably the most straight to the point, most like read that I've gotten. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, you got Mother Goose with the Empress. It's cute. Top of the deck, you have the Fairy Godmother with the High Priestess. So that divine feminine energy is like, stay empowered. Don't settle. A person that's for you, like if they're really meant for you, like even if the part of them that feels like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this, like if they really find value in you, they're going to like push to work on themselves. It's easy to be like, yeah, I might like this person, but I know I ain't shit, but I'm gonna like be selfish and like try to pretend like I am, or I'm gonna shelve them, I'm gonna string them along because I don't want them to be with somebody else, just in case I decide to step it up, or if as a backup plan, if something doesn't work out somewhere else, then at least they'll be available. No, person that really wants to show and prove, like I may feel like I got work to do, I'm not mature enough for this, but I want to be with this person, and I want to mature, I want to grow as a person, I want to grow as a man or whatever, they'll do it. And you got to set that standard, like I'm not settling for less. And if the person is you don't got to like force them to do or be nothing, just let them be them, let them show you who they are. If they really value, they're going to show up. You don't got to do nothing, just stick to your standards of what you deserve and what you want, and don't settle. And if somebody runs because you set some boundaries, then they ain't the one anyway. They ain't for you. Okay. All right, much love to you, sis. That was your reading, Amira. I hope that was helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you. And let's go ahead and move on to, I think, Miss Lesli. Hopefully I'm not skipping nobody because I'm going off the dome. Yes, Miss Lesli, you are next on the list. You're welcome, sis. My pleasure. So, Miss Lesli, you are the last on the list, I think, because I don't see nobody else on here. Nope, just kidding. I see you, Lena. Wait, Lena. No, sorry, that's something else. She done booked. Girl, she done booked. Okay, I see you. Thank you, sis. Thank you. So, Leslie, yes. Last but not least, Miss Leslie. Let's get your timestamp. I don't see nothing wrong. Oh no. That just came through my head. Something is like, something's wrong. Leslie, your timestamp is 129:30. I was gonna play some music, but YouTube, they just like, we don't want you to have no fun unless you play some non-copyright music. You're gonna have to play these Tubi movie instrumentals, because if you try to put on something you ain't got no business, we gon' Sony and them, they gonna come for you. So I'm just like, no, I'm good. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problem. I don't want no problem. Okay. So let's get your, what is it? Your love story theme. And this love story theme, it does not have to be equivalent to like, this is your love story, like this is what you're going to end up dealing with. It could, but we're going to keep it open as like, maybe this is like the past connections you've been dealing with, type of love stories, type of partnerships you've been, like dynamics. Let's keep it open with the fairy tale card. So which fairy tale is most closest to your love story theme? And then we're going to ask who's coming towards you, and then the next chapter of your romantic journey. And that will conclude the readings. I hope you guys enjoyed these. I might turn the larger spread into a pick a card, because I actually liked it. It's very like down to earth. It wasn't like whimsical, up in the scare, like up in the sky, like delusional rapport. It was actually grounded. I like it. Okay. Leslie's. Do 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 do. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. I like this. It's giving psychedelic. We on drugs together. Let's travel in the magic mushrooms together. No. I feel like your love story themes, it could have qualities of like childlike, energies, and sometimes maybe even being like a little immature, just not aware of certain things, or like in your youth. Like curiosity. I feel like you could be quite open when it comes to love. And this is the Wheel of Fortune, by the way. In this deck, you could be quite open to like love experiences, or maybe you're open-minded when it comes to like who your partner is with. Could be like sexuality as well, like maybe you're not only looking for one type of gender, or it could be race, like I'm open to different type of races or body type. Like I feel like you're like, I like who fucks with me, and if not from just that place, like okay, anybody like me, not really that, but it's like if we vibe, like I'm cool. Let's have a good time. I feel like that's kind of the energy. It's not saying you don't want anything serious. I feel like it's more so like you're open to experiencing, or you've experienced a lot of different types of connections and energies. Doesn't have to be always sexually. There you go. That makes sense. Okay. So you're bisexual. So that, I feel like that plays a role. It's like I'm open to go down the rabbit hole of like the type of love experiences I can have. I'm not going to put it in a bubble. I'm not going to put it in the box. I may know what I want. Like I want a partnership that ends up like this, but you might even have like a kind of like an eccentric, non-traditional type of view on relationships, or like the type of partnership that you want. Like I want a partnership that we can just like live off the grid somewhere, live in a tree house or some shit. I don't know. Like it does feel very hippie, and like when I think of Alice in Wonderland, it makes me think of like being on psychedelics and shit, like being high as fuck somewhere in a corner with your person, and like I don't know, frolicking and shit. So there's a playful side to this. There's also a like a spiritual, like you feel like you, how do I explain this? It's like, it's kind of like love, not love child, like you would like, yeah, you could conceive a love child, but I don't know how to explain this. It's like a energy of, I can experience love and spirituality at the same time through being open. So like if I fall in love with um a woman, my I can learn from her at that time of like something about myself. I can learn through her, and it doesn't have to be a forever thing, but I'm open to the experience. I could fall in love with a gay man. Like I don't know, like I'm getting, it's just like it there's no boundaries on this, and it's not that surprising because the wheel of fortune is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter energy is about expansion. It's that explorative energy. It's that cultural, open, like travel. It's books. It's spirituality. It also is attached to Sagittarius, and Sagittarius also has a jovial like spirit, but they're also very wise. They're very book smart. They're very studious. They're very intelligent. They're also very deep. They're not just like, oh, we're just fire signs and we just like bouncing off the walls, ADHD. Like, no, we actually, you know, I feel like you can have ADHD and you can still manage and still be intellectual and smart. It's like you don't put yourself in a box, so why should other people put you in a box? You can be autistic and people can think like, oh, autism is like this crippling thing. And it's like, nah, actually it's not. Or I can vibe with somebody. Like, you don't put love in a box. I hope I explained that well enough. So let's see who's coming towards you. All right. That's cool. Hey. Shit, our babies don't wear diapers. They walk around in nude. Like, if they got to go to the bathroom, they going to just do what they do. It's like, yeah, like, shit, your whole family could walk around in nude in the fucking treehouse just chilling. And it don't have to be, like, to the outside world. It's like, oh, these people are fucking weird, But y'all just like, no, y'all weird. Like, all right, let's see. We just be chilling. We be walking around. We enjoy ourselves, eating our fruits and our vegetables. What y'all doing? Or we take our psychedelics, on our honeymoon, and we going on a trip, like somewhere. We ain't going to Bali and shit. We going on a trip to another planet, bitch. All right, let's see. All right. I feel like I can describe that perfectly, that whole Jupiter and Sag energy, because I am a Gemini in Jupiter, and I feel like I can describe that energy well, like, to you. Like, I may not be able to fully get with it, but I can describe it. I can put words to it. Hopefully, I did justice to it, but all right, let's see. You have Queen of Wands, the World, and Judgment. Who's coming towards you? All right. This could be someone that, like, you have an open relationship with. If not an open relationship with, then it's like you guys are very open with each other. It's almost like a friendship vibe. So the next person you actually might get with is a woman, maybe. I don't know. I kind of get that a little bit. The next person is coming towards you. But if not, it's like this person and you feel like soul family, soul tribe. Like, there's a friendship aspect or element to it. If this is not the last person that you end up with, and they're like very cool, like they're one of, if not the very like last people that you have to date before you end up with someone that you choose to be forever with. So if it's like, if they're not that, then there's someone that either is the last one that you got to go through, or like one of the last, because it's something is coming to a close very soon with the Judgment and the World card. It's like, okay, this is, experience this, enjoy this while you can. Like, it's almost like what I get from this energy is you're not going to be single forever. There might be certain things that you were very open with, or that you could do as a single person, even though there might be some levels of like, you got to let certain things die out and let them go, like outgrow them. I still feel like you're going to be with somebody that is open like you, but it's like there's elements to it that is like whatever's imbalance for you guys doesn't work. Maybe it's not going to work for a relationship. They know it's not going to work. It's like y'all eliminate those things. But like the things that you can both agree on, that you both vibe with, resonate with, respect, get with, whatever, you guys will still have that type of open connection and open flow. And it may be like a connection that people don't get, they don't understand, or elements of your relationship that people don't understand or don't get, but y'all do. But like I said, there is some compromising, or before you get with the person that you're supposed to be with, like whoever's coming towards you, like I said, if they're not that, they're going to kind of be that person that you either like a catalyst, or they trigger that essence, or that, okay, this is the last of this. Like, this is coming to a close. I can't do this anymore, or I don't resonate with this anymore. This is not something that I vibe with, or I've outgrown this, or I've matured past it, or my standards have changed. Like, it's going to eliminate what it needs to. And it's going to be a big thing, because like I said, if the next person that comes in is not the one, then they're like preparing you, like putting you in the place of the one almost, or like that preparation for that one. So they're helping you close out some sort of cycle, or they're the catalyst, the trigger to that. Okay. What's the next chapter in your romantic journey? What is the next chapter in your romantic journey? Leslie's romantic journey, spirit. What is the next chapter in her romantic journey? I feel like something is in my eye. The High Priestess. You're going to take a lot of time, like, to yourself. Or maybe that's where you are, but it's like this inner reflecting, this inner, like, learning. It could be something with femininity. Like, when I say femininity, not like, oh, how to get a man. It's like sacred femininity energy, like empowerment, self-love. Maybe even like some type of healing books. I thought of this today. Like, I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends today, and we were talking about like the wound, and how no matter what age you are, it's not about like your womb drying up and not being able to produce babies. Like, the womb is fine, but it's like the eggs and like the wellness in other parts of your body that contributes to giving birth still, and being able to have healthy babies no matter what age you are. Because you can have babies at 60 and be healthy, like have a healthy womb, eggs, healthy babies. But I was thinking about this book, and I have it on my shelf, and I have not dived into it for some reason. Like, I have to go deeper in it, but it's such a wonderful book, though, from what I've like looked, like scanned through, because like some parts of it I was just guided to look at. The Queen of Fua, hope I'm pronouncing her name right, the Sacred Woman book is a very popular book. Can't miss it. And it has like diet, like salads and smoothies and stuff for the wound. It has rituals for the wound, and prayers and things for the wound, and healing and things like that. So it could be like books like that, or like topics like that, or subjects around that, or videos around sacred healing and divine femininity, sacred woman energy. Another book that is very revered, and I gotta cop this book, but it's been recommended a lot of times, The Wild Woman, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it's called, The Wild Woman, or something. I could see the book cover in my mind's eye, but I believe it's called The Wild Woman. But it's like kind of like this studying different aspects of yourself. Again, I don't know why I keep getting like your energy is in this prepping phase for the person, the one. So if, like I said, if the next person that comes towards you is not the one, they are the catalyst, like, to like, okay, I'm that last door that you got to walk through, and I got this for someone else. And I tell you, every time I've said this, I remember the last time vividly that it came to pass within that same year. And everybody is not going to have the same story or testimony. But I don't just be picking this up. Like, when I told my good sis, enjoy your single season, because you're going to meet your person soon, it just came to me. I didn't think too deep into it. I wasn't pondering on it. I just said it and forgot about it. And surely enough, like within that year, she met her husband, got married. They're still together. So if I'm getting that energy, it's not so much like, again, it's not about timelines from like, okay, it's gonna happen within a year, even though that's what I picked up because I was guided to tell her. I gave her a year because it genuinely came through. I didn't have to fetch for it and be like, oh, let me try to predict a time. No, it just came. It will happen in its vibrational aligned time, aka divine time. So I just feel like you're in this preparation phase of closing what you need to close out, learning certain things about yourself, accepting them, embracing them. Something with the divine feminine energy, sacred feminine energy is coming through. Spending time with her, getting to learn her, unfold her more and more, that's a part of the preparation phase. I don't know why, but that's what I keep getting. And like certain things that maybe you resonated with, you're going to find like, okay, that don't resonate with me no more. I'm ready for something else, something more. You know, my connections, they have different boundaries now. What I'm looking for, I'm more precise with that. I'm more specific. I'm more sure of what I want. It's like something around that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, Miss Leslie. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Yeah, that was a lot that came through. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope that was helpful and insightful for you. Yeah. Okay. I had fun tonight. I love doing these fairy lives. I love them a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed them too. I hope you guys enjoyed the magical parts of it. I'll share some more, little magic. If y'all want to see more, let's say candle magic, stuff or journaling, scripting, spiritual bath stuff. I think I'm debating. Because I feel like the things that are like fun for me definitely are like candles. I love doing candles. I love making my little concoctions, my spiritual waters. Ooh, I think I have some things in mind I'm going to share. So next week we're going to have a different theme of a reading. I just got to sit with the different themes. But, ooh, ideas be coming to me. I have fun doing this. I love doing this. I love creating tarot spreads too. That's like one of my things. I love it. But I'm going to come up with some ideas for next week's Ghetto Fairy Friday. Okay, so please join me. I had so much fun doing this tonight and the personal reads. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. I'm not sure if we'll do that next week because it depends on like what the next reading is about. We'll see. But I enjoy doing this. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the payments for your fairy readings. I hope you guys enjoyed it too, that it was an equal mutual exchange. You're welcome, Leslie. My pleasure. My pleasure is always, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I will see you guys back next week for Ghetto Fairy Friday. Okay. And in the meantime, we'll probably do other readings. I hope that this Thursday I don't have to work overtime, and kind of at the same time kind of do, because who don't want that on their check? Who don't want overtime? Who don't want overtime on their check? But I'll keep you guys posted about happy hour. But yeah, I'll see y'all back soon, maybe for another reading, another live, something else. But look forward to another Ghetto Fairy Friday, not tomorrow, next Friday. So I'll see you guys back then. And as always, much love. Be sure to like this video, share it with someone you feel like it may bless or resonate with, or is entertaining. Come back for your timestamps, ladies. If you want to come back and watch your reading, I'll have the timestamps available for you as well. Or you want to watch the collective reading, replay this video. I'll leave timestamps for all the major parts of the video. So the collective, the pixie dust, spell, and then the personal reads with the list of names of all the ladies that participated. So yeah, enjoy the rest of y'all evening, night, day, wherever you guys are in the world. Whenever you watch this, it doesn't have to be on a Friday. If you're watching this late, that's fine, as long as you find something positive in this. So as always, much love. Be blessed, be safe, take care, and until the next one.